Criminal.
Other than that.
Day 1.
1, 2, 3.
This is day 2.
Pull out.
Day 3. Day 4. Okay. Day 5. Day 6. Day 7. Day 8. Day 9. Today is the second monitoring scan of mine. Today is also very important because we're gonna find out of the 20 follicles reacted to the stimulation so far, how many of them are growing or how they're growing. So we'll have a better picture of how this round of IVF is going to go. Wish me luck. So we just did our second round of monitoring scan. A bit of surprise here. The nurse actually said we are ready for egg collection a little bit earlier than we thought. This is the trigger shot. So I will be administering the shot at exactly midnight. I am just a few seconds away from midnight. Done. I'm triggered. Officially triggered. Ah! Egg collection 36 hours later. Okay guys, so the last video you saw me getting the trigger shot. 36 hours later, I was on my way to get my eggs collected. Hi guys, I'm right in front of Carrot London. It's egg collection day. Finally, I am not nervous at all. I'm here a little bit earlier. I was told to get here half an hour earlier, but I am about 45 minutes early. I'm feeling pretty good. It's been a long journey. I'll be completely knocked out. I'll see how much I can film once I get in there. Probably not a lot, but let's see. Wish me luck. Egg collection scheduled at noon today.
How are you guys today?
We're doing great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay guys, I'm now in a changing ward. I'll be changing into a hospital gown here and then we're ready to go. This is my little changing ward. That's my coat. It's like a little bed. It's a slipper and a gown here. All right, let's change. Okay, shoes on. I'm all changed up. I hear Dr. Simone outside. I'm ready. Wish me luck. Before I went into the surgery room, I was actually really nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I know it's a semi-invasive surgery, you know, to suck the fluids out of your follicles one by one. So it sounds a little scary, but thankfully you just fall asleep during it. So you actually don't feel any pain. And the doctors and nurses were super nice to me. They were so comforting and I just quickly fell asleep. It's a little nerve-wracking because you lay on a surgery table and you put your legs up, right? Like you feel like a frog getting biopsied. But my doctor and the nurses were so nice. I remember the anesthesiologist woke up to me and he was like, okay, just positive thought, think about you're going on a vacation. And the next thing I knew, like I woke up in the patient ward where I get to rest.
Okay, I just woke up. I'm still groggy. I think I'm like still out of it because of the anesthesia. They told me I got 14 eggs. It's a good number. We were expecting around 15, so that's right on where we are predicting. I don't know if that makes sense. I think I'm still like super out of it, half asleep, but I'm glad it's all done. I guess. Yeah, now from now on it's all about the quality. Fingers crossed. Let me wake up a little bit and I will talk to you guys soon. But I'm like super out of it right now. In terms of how I feel, a tiny twinge of cramp. Other than that, I'm feeling completely fine. Just really blurry. Everything is still groggy, but I'll be okay. I'm glad I get to film this a little bit.
And I was so groggy. I was like half still feeling like fainting. But the first thought in my mind was, oh my God, I want to document this. So I actually called out the nurse. I said, nurse, could you pass me my phone? The nurse probably thought I was a social media addict or something. So they were so nice to hand over my phone. And you won't believe this. I felt myself half awake. Like I was still under anesthesia. I was not awake. But all I thought was, no, I gotta film this. So I was talking to the camera, but probably didn't even make sense, but here it is. I was feeling okay. I didn't feel that bad. I was cramping a little bit, but it didn't hurt that much even post-surgery. I think they gave me some painkillers. That could be the reason why, but since I couldn't eat because I was gonna be put under, they gave me some cookies and teas to drink.
So I've been given some cookies. Guess I'll eat cookies before I go home. And some organic chamomile tea.
The good thing is that before you go home, they actually tell you how many eggs they ended up collecting from you.
I still feel a little out of it. We are just waiting to speak with embryology to let us know what's going on before we go home. I'm a little cramping, but mostly feeling okay. Fingers crossed. So I got 14 eggs out. Don't know if it's good or not. Anyways, we have to wait to speak with embryology to see what to expect from here. But yeah, you see, a lot of your numbers died down. You start with 27 antral follicles, and then like 20 respond, and in the end you get 14 out. And you don't know how many are mature out of 14, and you don't know how many are gonna fertilize, and you certainly do not know how many will grow up to the 5-day blastocyst. But every round is different. I'm just feeling really unhappy though for some reason. I'm just feeling really upset. But I mean, I can only focus on things I can control. Can't really deal with the rest.
I have to say that it's actually a good number for my age, but I was expecting more, so I was feeling a little upset on my way out actually. Then off I went home.
Hi babe, it's around I think 9 o'clock at night. So it's been 9 hours since my surgery. I slept all afternoon. I think I was still kind of out of it. Right now, I feel okay. The only thing is that when I move, my lower belly really hurts. When I cough, it really hurts. I took some paracetamol, but nothing else. Like no major painkillers, only paracetamol. I'm feeling mostly okay. The doctor said I should be okay tomorrow. I was able to pee. I have just like a tiny twinge of blood when I pee, but that's supposedly normal as well. So overall, the recovery hasn't been too bad, but it's definitely very uncomfortable.
And after that, it became really nerve-wracking because all you could do ends there. Anything that you could do to change the outcome stopped. After the eggs are out of you, you depend heavily on your embryologist, on the IVF team to handle it, on the lab to handle it from there. So what they do is that they'll call you the next day to tell you out of the 14 eggs they got out of you, how many were mature and how many fertilized. I was just super anxiously waiting for that call. Couldn't sleep at all the night before. And finally I got that call.
And I'm calling with the best news possible. So we collected 14 eggs from you yesterday, and out of those 14, 11 were the correct level of maturity to inject. So we went ahead and injected 11, and out of those 11, all 11 have fertilized normally. So you've done incredibly well. So
Perfect.
Well done, you guys.
Oh, thank you so much.
You've done really well. So that's a really great start. So as discussed yesterday, I think the plan is for you guys to push ahead with the genetic testing.
Right.
So because you've got 11, that's a really, really good handful. So
Okay.
as we discussed, sort of between 40 to 50% of those that normally fertilize reach the blastocyst stage of development.
Okay.
So, you know, fingers crossed, we've got at least 4 or 5 to play with on Monday and cells away for genetic testing, okay?
Perfect. So we're just waiting for the 5-day blastocyst update right now to see how many
Exactly.
we can. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
As you can see, that was a decent number. Out of 14 eggs, 11 were mature, and through ICSI, they were able to fertilize all of them. So 11 eggs all successfully fertilized. The following few days is even more nerve-wracking because the lab will put these embryos into the incubator and just leave it there. They have a do not disturb policy, meaning that they're not going to check on them. They don't know how they're doing on day 3 because they don't encourage day 3 freezing. In my lab, unless you don't have a lot of embryos, they don't really do day 3 embryo freezing. They'll encourage you to wait to see how many made it to day 5 blastocyst stage to decide whether you want to do something called the PGT or PGS. It stands for pre-implantation genetic test or pre-implantation genetic screening. And during that time, there's nothing you could do. You just wait. But I was feeling pretty miserable. I didn't have OHSS, very lucky, but unfortunately, I got food poison. What are the chances? I was staying in central London, so I ordered some takeouts that night. And for some reason, the takeout I ate that night just didn't agree with me. My stomach was hurting so much and I couldn't really sleep. So all of a sudden, my ovaries and my stomach were all hurting. It was just a horrible experience. I had a really hard couple of days in a lot of pain and taking painkillers and stomach medications. But luckily, I did not get OHSS, which happens in about 1% to 5% of women who go through egg retrieval procedure. So people be very careful. And I was told to avoid doing that. You have to drink a ton of water. You have to eat salty foods, eat a lot of protein. That's what I did. But of course, on the back of my mind, I was worried about my embryos. That's all I could think about, is how many of my embryos are still alive, how many of them made it to day 3 and day 5. You know, they tell you in medical terms, if your embryos stopped developing, they'll say your embryos have arrested. So I was just waiting for that call 5 days later to tell me out of the 11 embryos that were fertilized, how many made it to day 5. And usually sometimes they will want to see how many made it to day 6. So they could either be day 5 or day 6 before deciding whether they were ready for biopsy for PGS. So that's really just on the back of my mind, because I read a ton of information online everywhere in Chinese and English. Usually on average, even ignoring age, on average only 30 to 50% of fertilized embryos made it to 5-day blastocyst stage. So if half your embryos make it there, it's already a really huge win, even when you're young. So at my age, I am 38 turning 39. They will say that if 10 to 20% of your embryos made it to day 5 and ready to biopsy, and that's already a good result. So for me, of course, 11 fertilized, they were really happy because it's 100% fertilization rate, but honestly, we had no idea how many would make it to day 5. As you could have imagined, I was just in this very, very nervous stage. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. All I could think about were my embryos and how they were doing. And finally, that much anticipated phone call came.
All good news today. So far, we've been able to biopsy 6 embryos for you of the 11.
Oh, perfect.
A really, really good start. I'd say the remaining 5 actually have all made it to day 5 as well, which is brilliant. They're just very small at the moment, so not suitable for biopsy yet.
Okay.
We'll have to wait and see if any more become suitable tomorrow. I wish I could predict what's going to happen, but I can't, unfortunately. But it may be that we have another 1 or 2, but we'll have to see. So we'll call you by 5 o'clock tomorrow to let you know if any more are suitable. But even if not, we have these 6 today, as I said, which is a really good number, so I'm really pleased for you.
Wonderful. So we have 6 5-day blastocysts ready to biopsy already. And then day 6 blastocysts, we might have more.
Exactly, that's right, yes. So
Perfect.
6 have already been done. So they're safe in the freezer now, and we're ready to send off the cells to the testing lab. So we'll obviously wait and see if we have any more tomorrow, and then we'll be able to send them off. And then it takes around 2 to 3 weeks for the results to come back.
Thank you so much. So basically none arrested yet. All of them are still developing.
Exactly, that's right, yeah. Which is unusual. We expect around 50% of embryos to make it through to day 5. So the fact that all of yours have is very, very good. You've done really well.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your help. Thank you.
Okay.
Wait. Tell her that you're not going to be here tomorrow. Hello?
Oh, another thing is that I'm actually flying back to Singapore tomorrow. Is there any way to email me the result?
Yeah, that's
so my UK phone won't be working anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. And then will that be the same then when the results come in 2 to 3 weeks?
Yes,
What's
please.
the best way to contact you?
Email will be the best way.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
We'll do that then.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, that's really good news.
Oh, come on, give me a hug. Oh. Happy tears.
But obviously we don't know how many are normal yet. But this is great development.
Yeah. Better than expected, right?
Much better than expected. Because they said this is quite unusual. You heard her saying that.
Yeah.
She said this is quite unusual.
Yeah.
Usually they expect 30 to 50% to make it to day 5.
We are 100% day 5.
Yeah.
And then all
none arrested. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, great news. I was just so happy to hear that 100% of my fertilized embryos made it to day 5. None arrested. The better news is that 6 out of the 11 blastocysts I have are already big enough and mature enough for biopsy. They already biopsied it and sent it off for testing. The other 5, the embryologist said, still looking a little bit small, so they want to give the embryos 1 more day to grow. And on my flight back from London to Singapore, I got that very important email from my embryologist who told me that out of the remaining 5 blastocysts, 4 of them are also suitable for biopsy. And the last one didn't even arrest. They just said the last one was a little small, so there's no point to biopsy that. So out of the 11 embryos fertilized, I have a 养囊率. In Chinese, we call it the ratio of making it to blastocyst stage is 100%. And 90%, 10 out of 11, are suitable for biopsy for pre-implantation genetic screening. The embryologist was really happy for me. She said it was an exceptional result. Of course, I did so much preparation. I knew at my age I had to be realistic when it comes to my expectations, I still don't know out of the 10 sent out for testing how many are normal. When I receive the results in 2 to 3 weeks time, I will definitely update you guys. But as of now, I don't know yet, but the embryologist said our chances are looking great. I do believe that all the knowledge I equipped myself with in preparing for this IVF cycle really helped. This video is already so long, I just want to share as much as I could. But if you guys are interested in hearing how I prepared for my IVF, exactly what I did, please leave a comment down below and I'll do another video, perhaps in Chinese, I haven't decided yet, to tell you guys step by step how I prepared for my IVF treatment. Obviously, everybody's situation is different. What worked for me may not work for you. And I really hope this brings you hope and comfort. I'm here to let you know that the fertility journey is so hard, so emotional, so financially taxing, physically taxing, and psychologically taxing. If you want to do this, I really want to let you know that you really have to want to do this for yourself. I mean, many people have asked me, why are you doing this? You already have a daughter. Because I just want more kids. I don't even care what anybody else thinks because I'm not having kids for anyone else but myself. Even I wasn't married. At my age, I would totally go have children on my own. I've always known that ever since I was a little girl. And that's just the last thing I want to say before signing off. Do it only for yourself. Being a mother is the greatest blessing of my life. And I'm so lucky to have Scarlett. And I'm so ready to have more children with or without a husband. Of course, my husband has been very supportive too. So to have someone going through this journey with you obviously makes it easier, but fertility treatments are challenging for couples as well. It really put your relationship through a lot of tests. But if you can hold each other's hands and go through this process, obviously that takes your relationship onto the next level. I just want to wish everybody good luck. Don't forget to let me know if you want to know how I prepared for my IVF. Love you guys. Bye.